Hello, Adi.
Hi, Jen. Am I the first one?
Yes, you are.
Oh,
Are you
wow.
that excited about this match?
I am very excited. Yes. I'm looking
I got
forward
a
to
new
it.
person asking for it. I'm always trying to do creative things. You got to admit that.
Yeah.
Because the next one is they're going to play against another dig coach. Maybe Colin, maybe Gabe, Sean. And then, you know who's going to play against them at one point? Guess who?
Who?
Guess.
Oh, Jan?
You.
Jan?
Hello.
Oh,
And Jan will play against them, of course. But I'm going to do that at the way end. Like, somebody's going to have to, like, really kill it, you know? So, like, the person's going to have a reputation for beating all the other coaches, beating everybody. And then it's like, all right, you can play against Jan now.
okay.
Hey. So I grew up in chess.com.
Well, the emails are coming in. Everyone asking for it. So, oh, we got some more. We got some more dig minions here. Jitya joined. Good. Hello, Jitya. Are you going to be a chess coach like your brother someday? I said, are you going to be a chess coach like your brother someday? Good. That's what I'd like to hear.
Hi, Dan.
Hello, West.
Hi, that was a great game that we played. You really put a pressure on me, and that I couldn't hold. I didn't have enough pieces to. I didn't have enough squares with my king to go to.
Yeah, that was crazy. Basically,
Yeah, that was a really good game.
that passed pawn, I had to get more reinforcements for him. It wasn't enough.
Yeah, I was a little confused why you were bringing your king. And then I saw it.
Yeah. Well, one thing you guys got to all think about is you got to know the exact time that end game has begun, and now you got to get your king into the center. But that's a very sensitive subject, because if you get your king out too early, you're going to get checked by their rooks and bishops and queen, and it's horrible. But if you can time it right and you get your king into the center, your king can be the attacking piece that you need, similar to what I just did to West. My passed pawn did not have enough juice. I couldn't get it up there. I was going to lose on time, but my king went up and helped, and I won.
Yeah, that was crazy. Yeah, if you didn't have that pass pawn, I would probably win on time.
Of course, yeah. There's no
Yeah.
chance I could have won.
Who's Dick Jarrett's coach? That is. No, that's Jithu.
That's dig coach 2. Yeah, that's Jithu. Jithu popping in before the match?
Yeah, right.
Jithu.
Oh, wow.
Go! I want you to win, Jithu. You gotta win this.
Hey Wes, hey Adi, Annabelle, Daniel, my
Heather joined. My niece.
Heather.
Who wants to meet somebody that's related to me? This is my niece. Heather, can you say hello so they can all see you?
Hi.
Yes, everyone. That's my niece, Heather.
Yep. Ryan is here. Agnite. Hey Cooper.
Hello.
Yeah, awesome. I'm ready for this.
Hi.
Yes. So
I'm ready.
I saw Matt play. I think I was before I joined. Yeah,
Yeah.
Matt's playing a game right now. Actually.
yeah,
Playing a game now.
every chess player has their way of preparing for a match. Whether that's, I mean, Jithu, real quick, did you happen to go through and look at any of Matt's games recently?
I did. Me and Wes did it together though. Remember Wes?
Me and Jithu had been practicing. We've been doing puzzles, and we've been trying to win this game.
Yep. Wes is my coach now.
If we lose, then I'll be a little disappointed, but I'll still be happy. I'll be a little disappointed.
As long as you're
Little
happy.
disappointed.
All right. Well, guys, so we've got 10 minutes before the match. And I was just thinking about, welcome Cal.
Hello.
I was just thinking about, who's
Hey,
going to
Cal.
win, and it's tough to decide because if you look at the United States Chess Federation rating, Jithu has a better rating, but Matt is older, more experienced, because he's older. That's what happens when you're older. And so what you have is Jithu. Now Jithu's not that much more higher rated. Jithu's at 1900. Matt's at like 1750, 1800, which is definitely in the same ballpark, right? But it's 100 points. So that's why I think this match is so interesting because Jithu has a slight advantage in rating, but Matt has a slight advantage in experience. So really, I think things that will come into play to decide who wins this game will be preparation, who got the right amount of sleep the night before, who looked at the opponent's games, who has a strategy going into it, who's confident at that time. Sometimes players can play better than they normally play because they're feeling confident. So there's a lot of variables that go into play. And if you don't think about those things, maybe you can miss out on an opportunity to get an advantage. So I want to go through each person here, and I want you to all make your pick. And I'm going to write down who picked who.
Oh, Jithu.
Hold on.
Easy.
Hold on.
You say easy.
I'm going to call out the names. Hold on.
I might.
Yeah, you got a lot on your table right now, Jithu.
That'd be
All
awesome.
right. So Cal says Jithu. Noah, who do you say?
I say Jithu.
Jithu. All right.
Thank you, Noah.
All right. West, who do you say?
Jitsu all the way. We played Grandmaster puzzles, and if we don't lose, if we lose, then I'll be very disappointed.
All right. West.
Grandmaster puzzles, so
West,
Jitsu all the way.
You're going to psych him out, West. All right. Adi, go ahead.
Coach Matt.
Oh, I expected that from you. All right. Annabelle, what do you say?
You tried this.
Guys, please everybody mute. Everybody mute except Daniel and Annabelle. Please, everybody mute.
I'm having dinner.
All right.
Yeah, I
Noah,
don't know. It
Noah,
could go either way, but I'll say Coach Matt. Sorry.
all right. So we've got Annabelle says Coach Matt.
Yeah.
What do you say, Daniel?
I say Jithu.
All right.
Thanks, Daniel.
Jithia, what do you say? Jithia?
Jithu.
Jithu. All right. I expected that. All right. Julian, all the way from California. Julian, are you on here right now?
I honestly don't know. They're both good players competing, but maybe Coach Matt.
Okay. By the way, Julian is all the way from California, guys. We've expanded. And Heather lives in Florida. Okay. Ryan, who lives all the way up in the northern part of Connecticut, right next to Massachusetts. Ryan, who do you think is going to win?
Jithu.
Jithu. And Natalie, who do you think is going to win? Natalie there? No. All right, Ryan, can you mute? All right. Let's go with who's Summer? Summer. Oh, that's Heather. Heather, who do you think?
I think just Jithu.
All right, Heather.
Thank you, Heather.
All right, Heather. All right. Let's go with am I missing anybody? Cooper.
Jithu.
Wow, this is Jithu is like a heavy favorite here, according to the. Am I missing anybody?
That means I gotta do well.
If I'm gonna go ahead and make my pick right here, right now, guys. I'm a big fan of experience. I think Matt's got a couple years on him. And I think that he's going to pull out the victory today in a very close match. So I'm going to pick Matt.
Yeah.
I actually thought you were going for Jithu because
I mean, I'm going for both, but if I have to pick who I think is going to win, I think Matt's going to pull it out.
you got to pick our teachers and you got Jithu. And I'm just thinking, wouldn't you have given us Matt if you wanted?
I mean, that is an interesting way to look at it. I must agree. But, I don't know. I'm gonna make a decision. I think Jithu could beat him on other days, just not today.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
I'm not surprised if Jithu wins. That's for
Depends.
sure. From the way that he teaches us, and whoever's in his classes, and I think that he's gonna win.
Oh, thank you, Heather. I'll try my
I
best.
think the reason that a lot of people want Jithu to win is because he's much younger.
Oh.
He's much younger. He's probably what I was gonna say.
Well, you guys are kids, so you probably want the younger person to win because you're kids.
Yeah. I think it would be a more celebration win I think there would be more people celebrating if Jithu won.
All right,
than Matt won.
let's let Jithu get off the call. Prepare. We're going to start this in 3 minutes.
All
So,
right, guys. Bye. Thank you.
Good luck.
all right, everybody. I'm going to share my screen, and I'm going to go over to chess.com. All right, and I'm going to go to live chess, and we're going to wait here. Matt is online right now. Remember, this is only one game, guys.
No.
15 minutes each. Okay.
How did we decide colors?
I flipped a quarter.
Got it.
So who's white, who's black?
Jithu will be white, and Matt will be black. So Jithu does have a slight advantage there. Normally, in a professional match, they would play both once as white, once as black, kind of like how we do in the scrimmages. But in this case, we don't want to hold you up, too late, and we can always have a rematch. And if we had a rematch, then Matt would play as white.
Yo, Jithu's a fan of the London, so
Yeah,
I think we might see some fun stuff.
we might use the London system, yeah.
London system is good. Yeah.
Jesus, online now. Not just when offline. And he joined March 18th.
We're going to be scheduling a lot of these games between big chess coaches. Obviously, Jithu and Matt are the most well-known coaches, but we have a few others. There's Colin up in the Hartford area. He's rated about 1,700, 1,800, Englishman. Josh could play one. Coach Aaron could play one. Some of you know them.
What Josh? Matt and Jithu's rating code. Wait, what's their rating code again?
I might even play one of these games, actually.
That would be the. I have a question. What are Coach Matt and Jithu code? And what rating group is there in? Are they?
Well, as you can see here, Jithu is rated 1592, but that's just his chess.com rating. But on the United States Chess Federation, he is rated 1910.
What? And hold on. And
What is that called?
It's your chess rating.
No, I mean, are there any names for different chess skills?
I'm gonna have to get back to you on all those questions. We'll answer them in chess and camp tomorrow. Why? Because the game is beginning right now, guys. I just got a text message. Let's watch it. Let's tune in here. All right.
Okay.
Jithu starts out D4. They're playing kind of quick here. I mean, it's 15 minutes each, but they probably want to get through the opening pretty quick so that they conserve time for the middle game.
Wow.
It's a variation of the London system.
Reminder, Jithu is white and Matt is black. Matt taking his time with his moves a little more than Jithu. You'd be surprised how you think, oh, just jet through the opening, but it's a sensitive subject because it's not so easy. If someone pulls out an opening that you're not used to, you have to really think because you don't want to start yourself in a hole. I mean, this is kind of unique here. These pawns on the side coming down here. A pin on the knight while developing the bishop. Notice how neither of them have moved the same piece twice, which is very good. You don't want to move the same piece twice in the beginning of the game. It's a waste of development. So you notice they've moved a different piece every single time. Neither have castled though. So they're electing to develop their pieces rather than castle early. Matt's picture is Bobby Fischer right there. If anybody knows him, he was, in my opinion, the best chess player ever. So both have castled now.
What is his rating?
It was 1970, so it was a long time ago, but it was definitely the high 2000s.
Oh, wow.
So as you can see, it's still even. White with a slight advantage still. Black's goal is just to neutralize the position. Okay, so his goal is to just get back to even because white starts with the move. So you'll see that Jithu is continuing to keep the slight advantage of being white. If Matt can pull off a tempo move, forcing Jithu to have to react. Oh, now Jithu brings out his queen, and look, the computer says that Black has an opportunity to pick up a tempo.
Oh,
What's the tempo?
never mind.
And so Matt didn't find the tempo move, and you'll notice that it went right back to 0.25, meaning that it's even except white got to go first, so they have a slight tempo. So there was a better move there that Matt could have made.
Wait, what's the tempo? I still don't know what a tempo is.
Tempo move is when you force your opponent to react to something.
Ah.
So Adi, what do you think about this position right now?
To me, it seems pretty even since it's a queen pawn game. It's has to be very positional. So that's what both players are doing, taking their time and making sure their position is good.
Mm-hmm.
So, seems like what you'd expect from a queen's pawn game.
Yeah, like doing little things like moving his rook over to protect the bishop so that his knight can move. You know, you don't want to leave hanging pieces. You know, the bishop on e2, the white bishop on e2 here, it was pinned by, this bishop was pinning this knight to this bishop. So he moved his rook here to protect it because he might forget and then move his knight and then lose his bishop. So like Adi said, they're both being very careful right now. And this is exactly what I said in camp earlier. Anybody that was in chess camp, you'll remember me saying that this game was going to be very tight, very even, and then all of a sudden we're going to see some trades with the knights, some trades with the bishops, and it's going to come down to good pawn structure. Who has better pawn structure?
This game is right. So Matt has so they're both pretty even right now. Well, it's early in the game. So.
No piece is taken so far, and look, my little brother and my dad have come to watch.
The funny thing
Yes,
is, just
nice.
off of
Hello.
the only thing that I've seen interesting so far in this game is just you off with the queen trade, but then after when Matt just was like, okay, just you do your thing, just moved the queen back. That's a little confusing for me.
Yeah, he declined it. And so that's a great point, West. Everyone needs to hear it. Just because somebody offers you a trade doesn't mean you have to take it. So if we go back a couple moves here, look at these queens. They're looking at each other. But neither of them chose to take it because they didn't like what would happen after.
Okay.
Another move to just solidify their position. They're both okay on time here. Matt with 11 minutes and 57 seconds. Jithu with 12 minutes and 51 seconds.
So still has that opening advantage.
Cooper guessed a move here, but was wrong on it. You can see here, top guessers. You guys know that when you're watching a match, you can actually guess moves. See if you get them right. All right, so Jithu releases the bishop here. You see this bishop now? This bishop can go in two directions. You're always trying to put your pieces in positions where they can go to more squares. So this bishop couldn't go this direction, and now it can. Now, Jithu was very careful. Jithu has to have this knight protecting this knight. If Jithu moves this knight, then Matt will take this knight and pawn stack right there.
King to h7.
That is open.
Why do you think that Matt made a king to h7 move here? Does anybody know? Cal, what do you think?
Now just choose up one. God.
Yeah, I'm not certain. I don't know if he wanted Jithu to play that or not, but
Right, because now Jithu has some strength here. When Matt makes this move,
yeah,
it goes from even to
Almost.
he's got issues.
Yeah.
Because now this knight, Matt's going to have to move that king. He certainly can't move it to here because then you have discover check opportunity.
Yep.
You've got to move it back. And now look at this knight. It's going to be a while before Matt can get rid of this knight. And dude, let me tell you guys something. Once you get your knight across half point of the board and you can keep it safely there, it's going to annoy your opponent like you wouldn't believe. Matt wants to get rid of this knight so bad.
Why?
Because if he leaves this knight here around his king, it will haunt him. I guarantee you that. So Matt's priority list right now is to get rid of that knight. It's probably going to come from this pawn, but now he has to move this. So he takes this here. I don't think Jithu's going to take with this knight because he wants to keep it there, but he knows this pawn's going to come. If I could grab it. But he's got options to take back here. He could take back with the rook and then stack his rooks. Let's see if he does that. But I don't know if he'll do that because that's bringing out his rook into the middle of the game when there's still lots of pieces. He might take with the bishop. That seems like, but he probably doesn't want to lose his bishop. Well, no,
he won't lose his bishop.
Right. He might take with his bishop, which seems like the safest bet, and keeps this knight here. The thing is that this pawn will probably come there or this bishop will come here.
Well, if the pawn comes up, you get knight to e6.
Yeah, and then he's got really issues. You see what's happening here? This knight is just become a dominant piece in the game.
You'll probably see the bishop come out.
Yeah. So now you'll probably see this.
Wait, are you moving pieces on the list?
Guessing. So basically, I'm guessing the move, and the computer's going to see if I get it right.
So you think he's going to play bishop f6?
I think he's going to play bishop f6. But I also think that Matt's going to try to find some counterattack right now. I feel like
he's gonna. You think f6? I was thinking h6.
Or here.
Yeah.
It's just
the
I'm
bishop's
really
not protected.
I mean, check this out, guys. This rook is on
the two
a half
bishops
open
are
file.
brutal.
So this rook is stronger than any rook on the board. These bishops are kings.
Yeah.
You know, and this knight is a king. At this point, the computer says 1.39, but I would feel like it's even more.
Yeah.
White is in a dominant position, even though, sorry guys, I'm going to go upstairs. Hold on.
17 move dominance.
Oh.
Really? I don't understand it, but then again, I'm not.
Oh.
Not nearly
Bishop should have made you. That was not a great move.
It's okay if you don't understand it, Noah, because that's a part of learning chess. You got to watch games of higher level players, and you'll start to just recognize things.
That knight guards g6, preventing bishop takes g6, and then queen following, opening up the entire kingside.
Say that again, Cal.
There was an idea, not that it was a good one, but you could have taken pawn on g6 with bishop. If pawn recaptures, queen recaptures, and you've opened up the entire kingside. And now you've got the dark squared bishop, a half open file for your rook, a knight and a queen, all on kingside.
And is that why? That's probably why Matt moved his.
That's why. Yeah, that's why I think Matt moved his knight back.
I think it also lets him push f6 without having to worry about knight e6.
Ah, he gets to go here without worrying about this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean.
Yeah, Jithu kind of trapped his knight.
Yeah, Matt's actually, guys. Let's look over here at the bar. It was much worse for Matt about 3 moves ago.
Yeah.
Matt's actually played a little defense here. And I know we talk a lot about playing with tempo and always being on the attack, but Matt's.
I don't know.
Oh no! Oh no!
Made what's the difference between a mistake and an inaccuracy?
A mistake would be something that's really put you in a bad position, and inaccuracy is just you could have probably done something better. So this bishop's being attacked. He's got to move it. I'm wondering if there's a better position for it.
What bishop is being attacked?
This bishop, he moved from here.
He moved it to d7.
Yeah, I'm wondering if there's a better spot for it. I don't know.
You're recording?
But f6 have
Not
been
really.
played instead.
What'd you
I
say?
don't like that.
F6 have been played instead of moving the bishop back, counterattacking the knight.
Those are risky, Annabelle, because
The knight was already stuck
and
because of the pawn move, so he would have just taken his bishop.
yeah, and then it would be, after the trades, it would be Jithu's move, and then maybe there'd be something. When you counterattack with an attack like that, it can really backfire. Sometimes it does work, but when it's equal pieces, keep in mind that Jithu gets to move first, and then he gets to, maybe there's.
I don't know. Jithu would come up on this trade here. Oh wait, no, he won't. Never mind.
His Jithu, he can't
The
take the
pawn's
pawn
pinned.
because he's pinned. Yeah.
Yeah.
So Matt is now threatening to win the.
Guys, so let's explain that. So Wes was just talking about this pawn cannot take this pawn because of this queen's pin.
Yeah.
Remember, pin it to win it. So all of a sudden now, Matt is launching his attack, his comeback, his experienced comeback. But we'll see if it pans out. But you'll see here that now Jithu is being attacked here on this by this pawn, and he can't take, okay? He doesn't want to take with here, because if he takes with here, takes back, and takes, and Matt would get a bishop and a rook for a pawn, and a bishop, which would just be horrendous.
Yeah.
So now it seems as though Jithu has to do something with this bishop, unless if he can come up with some forcing counterattack move.
Yeah. He's playing. Jithu, however, is using his time pretty wisely though. So it's. I think I have Jithu.
Matt has
Apparently that was a bad move.
Yep.
and Matt capitalizes on it. So Matt takes the pawn here, okay? If this takes back, this fianchetto bishop could come down, maybe take, no, because then would leave this rook. I wonder why that is so good for black.
Okay, if pawn, yeah, you can't recapture it.
Jithu can try and get his.
I think Jithu made the right move here.
Yeah, so Jithu just let a pawn go. So now, guys, Matt is up a pawn. You see this +1 here? Matt is up a pawn. And he's up, but he's only up 0.87. So he's actually up less than a pawn in according to position. So Jithu has a good position still here, even though he's losing by a pawn now.
And now Jisoo, if Matt doesn't capture the pawn on c3, Jisoo can just get the pawn back.
He can't capture on c3. His
I
queen
think
was
that
behind
this
it.
is a cool move, guys, because now look at this pawn structure facing this bishop, holding this bishop back. No, he won't do that. Sorry, I didn't mean to do that. Now probably he has to bring this bishop to here to at least get it into the game, because this bishop here is never going to get in the game.
Well, that bishop's busy guarding the e-file, that e-rook.
If he takes here, then he can
Right.
take back here, right?
I mean, yeah, I guess.
Which would
I
end
don't
up
know.
being good for white, because then he has his own column.
Yeah.
Also keep in mind, guys, that this queen is protecting this pawn from this. That's why this queen coming here can be good, because you can attack this pawn here. If Matt were to get this pawn, it would create an isolated pawn here and an isolated pawn here, which would be the end of their lives in the future soon. So it's not good that Jithu is having to use his queen to protect this pawn. You never want to use your queen for defense.
No, that's not good at all.
So far in this game, we've seen a tale of Jithu going on the attack, taking control of the game, Matt going into hibernation, hunkering down, doing a good defense, and then counterattacking. And now Jithu is actually the one that's got less time. So this is an act to maybe free up this queen. So he can, now he's pushing this up because of what I was just talking about. So if he takes here and takes back, why can't Matt just take here?
Matt has less time.
I have to go eat. I'll be back.
What's Bullet Arena?
Yeah, so why can't Matt go up another pawn here? Jithia, you want to say something?
Jisoo's on?
No, Jithia. Jithia is actually Jithu's little sister.
Oh.
Jithia,
I didn't even know Jithu even had a little sister.
please pause for a second. Jithia, can you turn your volume up or unmute yourself or something?
It's up.
Yeah. All right. What were you saying?
I think rook b1.
Right. Rook b1, and that's what he did. But now Matt is up 3 points because I think he just got another pawn. Oh, see, Matt's thinking, let me pin this pawn to this queen. So this pawn can't take here or can't take here. But the computer thought that something was much better. But I still like this move because look, oh, now he takes. What do you think, Matt? What do you think Matt will take back with?
Bishop.
Bishop.
Bishop, right? Because he wants to keep this pawn. This is a great pin. This pawn can't attack either of these. Now, don't forget, though, like Jithia just said, this pawn is pinning this, or this rook is pinning this pawn to this queen. We have the same kind of pin going on opposite of each other.
Oh, and then the black D pawn is pinned because if from the bishop.
If you go back a couple moves, if bxc3 and then the rook takes the queen, you can take the other rook. You can take the e-rook, the rook on e1 with check.
Wait,
and then
go back. Is it this move, Annabelle?
yeah, I think so. If you take the c pawn with the b pawn, and then lose your queen, then take the other rook. Oh no, you can't. Sorry, the
This is
bishop's guarding. I messed up.
Okay.
If the bishop weren't guarding, it'd work, but
Well, there's all these pins. And I know every time I get on the camp or the classes with you guys, I come in and what do I always say? I say, pin it to win it. And now you see, oh, look, he took this pawn. Let's see what happened here.
Oh.
Jithu takes this pawn here, protected right here, so Matt cannot take back. But there's something for Matt here.
Yeah, the computer says it wasn't a good move.
Well, this is
The
tempting.
rook.
You
I
lose.
finally got my first guess correct.
This is sensitive. I feel like this could be a moment that Matt makes a mistake or makes a really good move. I think this is kind of the climax moment because if you lose this pawn here, because it's being attacked a couple times, even though this pin is still here, he's being attacked here. So Jithu has tempo. I mean, but he does have the pawn protected by this nice fianchetto bishop. Guys, fianchetto bishop is a bishop that's positioned here or here, and they're fantastic because they're on the longest diagonal. Longest diagonal on the board.
Isn't there a fianchetto bishop in the London system? I'm sorry, not the London system, the English opening.
Yes, English opening is all about the fianchetto bishop. My favorite opening. So now Matt's using a lot of time on this move, and I told you, there's always that climax moment in a game. And this is when it's very tough to make your move. And Matt's using a lot of valuable time, and he might use too much time here. If he uses another minute, he's going to be down to 3 minutes and 30 seconds, which will put him on time crunch.
Jithu will win on time.
I think that what will happen is he won't win on time, but Matt will start to feel the pressure of time.
Yeah,
and
that.
make a mistake.
That.
So as you can see, this is a very tough move. There's something Matt can find here. It's just, there's just not many moves that you can make. Adi, what would you make here?
Well, I mean, I think you.
Oh, wow, he went for it. So he's doing what Annabelle was talking about earlier, where you say, forget about your attack. I'm going to get my attack going. The computer did not like it. So the computer probably wants Jithu to just take this queen. And then Matt will take the other queen. But remember, Annabelle, what did I say about the problem with this?
Well, I think if queen takes no.
If he takes here, okay, so that happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We took.
Now he's up a rook.
No, wait. Pawn, rook, queen.
Queen take by bishop.
And he gets.
Oh, so
Jithu's up.
and
Yeah.
Jithu's now up.
Just pull back.
Why is it so even though?
Yeah.
Because that. I don't know.
I don't.
Pass on, maybe.
He's not.
No, because
because of this. This. Look at this. Protected by this. Matt is going all in on this passed pawn, and Jithu is coming over to attack it right away. This is why he did all of that. A passed pawn can be worth everything because it can become a queen. But it's going to be hard to protect this pawn without a rook.
yeah, this light square bishop's really doing all the work over here. I mean, I think he's fine.
Yeah, we'll see though, because the computer kind of because look, guys.
Well, because now Matt has b5,
Matt's up 2 pawns.
which is another protected pawn with the bishop.
If Matt if Matt could get pawns to protect this pawn, it'd be
Yeah, exactly. If I was just, I would have taken that pawn on b6.
Coming over to attack it. Matt does have it protected, but he's going to have a tough time holding on to this pawn. But the game is even, y'all. The game is even.
This game is even, yeah.
Even though Jithu has a rook compared to a bishop, and this bishop's not doing nothing, he's stuck. It's this bishop, it's this fianchetto bishop that's making the difference right now.
I don't know. Oh,
Yeah, to get the bishop.
I see d6.
It's a draw. Well, the computer says.
Knight d6.
Let's go ahead and predict it.
Yeah.
Wait, if you do knight d6, can you do bishop f8 if you do knight d6?
What were you saying?
Can't you do bishop f8, do knight to d6? Yeah.
Bishop.
Oh,
Yeah, this is true.
Jithu's getting the bishop. Jithu's getting the bishop. Oh, you didn't play it. Oh.
Yeah, his rook was attacked.
Oh no, you couldn't, Matt West, because look,
Oh yeah, his rook was attacked.
it's all
I
about.
forgot.
So now he's protecting that. Oh, what's that? What is that? Can he not just take it?
His bishop was so strong, and he's trading it for like a knight.
But wait, I don't
His
understand.
bishop-
Oh, he's
Because it was a fianchetto bishop.
And it was protecting that
Well,
pawn.
He trade the bishop.
Yeah.
Now he had no coverage over the promotion square, like no dark square bishop to cover the promotion square, or a rook. So it's going to be kind of tough.
Now Jithu's winning
He
this
did
game.
knight c5.
Now Jithu's winning this game.
Yeah, he probably should not have given up his bishop like Annabelle said. Bishops are great in endgame. I think Matt was just concerned about that knight around his king. You know, Annabelle, one thing you got to always remember is how nervous you get when a knight is around your king. So
Bishop C4 check.
Yeah.
Oh, other way
And
around.
Jithu was up almost a full.
Oh, blocking.
He was up over a minute on time. Whoa.
Yeah, just so
Somebody should be commentating.
Jithu is blockading the passed pawn now.
I don't know. I like C4.
Yeah. Thing is, you can't get the rook on the second rank yet. Oh, the pawn's hanging on B6.
Not anymore.
Oh.
Oh, that's
went really wrong here. I think
yeah. He can just take it. No.
take the knight. Yeah.
Yeah.
And now we have. Oh wait, no, you can't because this protected here. But now what can happen is you could go here, and then take it.
Yeah.
No, he just takes it.
He takes it.
Yeah. Now you give check,
Oh.
Oh, yeah, take the
or
pawn. with check.
or don't give check.
I'm surprised he didn't take here with the check.
Takes G6. Well, no, because then you have to. Then he's gonna like attack the rook, and then you have to worry about.
Well, because now you get king D2. Yeah.
Now he's got to get these pawns up somehow.
He can't even protect the
Now,
promotion.
guys, remember what I said about the king in our pre-game speech about how king's getting active. Jithu has now activated his king, and his king has saved the game because this rook couldn't go here and couldn't go here. Without this king, y'all, Matt wins this game.
Yep.
who do you think is gonna win now, Jithu? I mean, not Jithu, Dan.
I mean, look at Jithu's up by 4.31. I mean, he's got a rook, and Matt has got stacked pawns. If by some chance Matt could get one of these pawns to here, but the problem is this guy's going to stay right there. If this guy wasn't there, he could combine these pawns and create like a nice pawn thing here.
Right, but he's not going to be able to,
He's not going to be
unfortunately.
able to, and this king is not going to be able to get. He's going to try. This king is not going to be able to get over here because he's rook.
Yep.
Now Jithu's probably gonna win this game.
So, guys, one of the reasons rooks, Heather and Noah and Julian, one of the reasons rooks are so good in
Thinking
endgame
that too.
is because they hold back your opponent's king. See this rook right here? This rook is like a jail officer that's holding back this king. Where look at Jithu's king. He can go wherever he wants.
What's he doing with that?
Jithu
Pawn.
can play with. Okay. Jithu can do that. Yeah, right. I think Jithu can win this game if he can hold the pass pawn.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, there's because of this pawn here, there's no way to combine these pawns. Matt needs to somehow get his king to here, and he's got limited time to do it.
As long as Jithu can
Now
control the pass.
this pawn's gonna takes there. Interesting, but now the king can go here, right?
Now the king can go there. Jithu should win this game. Then.
Yeah, C1.
Yeah, C1 will win the game for Jithu.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's just nothing. I mean,
Oh, you didn't play it. I mean, that G4's good.
I don't even think he needs to do that. He could just leave it here.
He doesn't have to. Yeah.
He could just leave it.
Yeah.
There's just nothing because this is a dark square.
There's nothing
What's he
left.
got for me?
Well, Matt can't move any of his pieces besides the king.
Pressure.
Matt can't move any of the pieces. Yeah.
It sucks, but
game
Matt's gonna lose here.
Oh,
Power down. Who knows?
opportunity it seems.
Yeah.
The game just got way more even.
You can take one of the pawns.
Got 5 seconds left though.
Oh, that was not good.
Good, Jithu's good.
Oh, there
I
was
think
something
Jithu's
there.
got one time.
What could he have done?
No.
King to the-
Jithu, come on, Jithu, come on. Yes!
Oh,
Yes!
Yeah, Jithu won by timeout.
Guys, let's do something. Look at this. This game is completely even right here. Why?
Timeout.
you can't push the pawn.
Can't push the pawn.
This game even. Oh,
But,
look.
Matt
This
has
is a-
Lost, but what did he say right here?
This
It's a
one,
good game.
Good game, coach. That's what it's all about.
thank you.
good
Good game, Jithu.
game.
Was Matt
It was a good game.
I know that was actually a really good game.
That was a GG.
I know that that took me a long minute.
Okay.
Yeah.
That
All right.
was
Wow.
Well, thank you for coming.
On here?
If let's hear a couple words from Jithu about like how did you feel during the game, and then we'll let you get back to your whatever you're doing.
I
Good
know.
job, Jithu.
Yeah.
Good
Okay,
job.
I have to go eat food. Bye.
All right. Well, thanks for joining today, Cal. The game it was pretty intense. I really thought I was down for a bit. When I was like down 2 pawns, I thought Coach Matt had something else to get a pawn back and just like be up. But like, yeah, it was too much pressure on me. I was like, I know I gotta win this game, but like, it doesn't look like there's nothing to do here. Then I did I sacked 2 pawns. I gave up two of my pawns for some compensation, and that's how I got better. And it was pretty intense. I did not thought I was winning until like the last couple of moves.
I thought you were winning in the beginning of the game, and then I thought Matt was coming back,
Yeah.
and then you came back to win. So,
Yep. It was a really close game. Such a close game.
Yeah.
all right.
It was such a
I knew Jithu would win.
Hey, thanks, Taylor.
She's so cute. All right.
it's
All right, everybody. Thanks for coming out. We'll let you know when the next coaches matchup will be, okay?
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
All right.
Yep. Good job, Jithu.
Thank you, Beth. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Looks like all that hard work, training for it paid off today.
Good. Right, Heather?
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Bye.